Hello, Sports World. I'm Cameron Ugolini, joined by Connor Oliver and Chase Kelleher. And today we are going to be debating the best receivers in the NFL currently. So, guys, what are your opinions on this one?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the best receiver in the league is the guy who just won Offensive Player of the Year in Justin Jefferson. He's a really, really good, even great route runner. He can always catch that football. He can always finds his way into the end zone. And I just think he's really, really good at his position.
I'm gonna say that, I'm saying if you're going off a route running, Cooper Cup is like a big guy. I mean, he was injured last year, so not like a ton from him. You don't know how he'll produce this year. Hopefully he's healthy because he's always awesome to watch. But yeah, the Triple Crown season was pretty immaculate. I'd say he's number two. I agree with Jefferson at one, but I'd say he's easily number two.
I like both of those. Also got to include Stephon Diggs in there. Just very talented receiver. Oh, wait. Peters, we have some breaking news. The Philadelphia Eagles will be trading Jalen Hurts to the Dallas Cowboys for Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott. What are your guys' opinion on this? I mean, this is wild.
This is complete utter blasphemy. Why would you trade one of the best up and coming quarterbacks for a guy who is inconsistent with his health? Another guy who is really good, I would say he's the best player on their team. But at the same time, though, Dak just weighs that entire package down. I mean, a guy who hasn't been able to play and stay healthy in about since what his first two seasons in the league, and another guy who we don't. As Philly, they don't even need a Micah Parsons. Their O line is already great. Their defense is already great. So why would they pick up another guy to fit into both of those roles?
This is just a very surprising trade. I mean, you don't expect to send away a guy who just led you to the Super Bowl. I mean, Hurts got injured more towards the end of the season with a little shoulder injury, came back and went to the Super Bowl. And you got Dak, who lost in the divisional round of the playoffs this year. Last year lost in the wild card. And Micah Parsons, who is one of the best defenders right now in the NFL. But still, again, like you said, Dak weighing this whole trade down. It's just very surprising to me why they would do this.
I mean, I think that the shoulder probably was the reason. I think that shoulder injury was just a lot. I think that, Dak, if they really push him, they might be able to get something out of him. I don't think they'll get MVP caliber numbers or anything like that. But I think Micah Parsons in this deal, kind of crazy.
Yes.
I think seeing any of these guys in the division rival uniform is going to be insane. But I think Micah Parsons is not really someone I'd expect to go. Especially being, a top guy in the league, especially in his position. I'd argue he's number one.
I mean, go ahead, yeah.
You know what I will say is that as somebody who really enjoys the National Football League, this is one of the worst trades I've ever seen and one of the worst trades I've ever covered. I just don't understand why you would trade somebody who was top 5 in MVP voting, I'm pretty sure, and for somebody who's injured and who's washed, in my opinion. But what I have a question for you guys is who do you think won this trade?
Oh, Dallas, you see, they gained Jalen Hurts. Okay, Jalen Hurts is top 5 quarterback, but they lost maybe the best defender in the league. So, I mean, it kind of went both ways for Dallas. I think that they needed to keep Parsons more than they gained. I think it hurts them more than it helps them because their defense is what brought them the most success. And then for the Eagles, I mean, this, again, it helps them and it hurts them. They got Micah Parsons, but do they really need Micah Parsons when they got guys like Fletcher Cox, who is already a great pass rusher, a great run stopper, and you just gave away the quarterback who led you to the Super Bowl, and you're trading it for a quarterback who can't get out of the division round. So I see this as a loss for both teams. I really do.
I have to agree. That was my exact thoughts on that. It's a lose-lose, I think. Jalen Hurts is questionable, and he led them to a Super Bowl, but I don't think he'll do as good in Dallas. And then I think Micah Parsons isn't needed for the Eagles. I think he'll be fine there, but I think Dak is really just not for the Eagles situation.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I will say that as we'll just have to see when the season comes around, but I mean, like, they're both put in a really tough spot. You put Jalen Hurts in a position where he's in Dallas. He's still a great player, but has no weapons. It's like if you have Rambo, but no machete or no gun. So I would say that he just needs to figure out how to utilize the players in Dallas. Like, I don't even know any players in Dallas. So,
CeeDee Lamb.
huh?
CeeDee Lamb.
Like, what? How did I forget about CeeDee Lamb? Like, CeeDee Lamb, I think he's his best option to throw to on the night-to-night basis. But we'll see how Dak performs in Philly, and we'll see how Micah Parsons can adjust and interject himself into this Eagles defense.
That was definitely some surprising news, but we can't talk about it forever. So, Chase Kelleher, Connor Oliver, I'm Cameron Ugolini, and that is it for today.
Bro, how did I forget about CeeDee Lamb?